Hey guys, and welcome to what should be a short video on the latest addition to the game, the first new Nightmare mods to be introduced in a very long time. Nightmare mods are fairly easy to farm in general, they're just a bit time consuming. Just look for the Nightmare symbol on your map and run that mission for a chance to get one of the new Nightmare mods at the end of it. Different mods obviously have different chances to drop, plus these missions are harder than normal, with the possibility of things like no shield, reduced gravity, or even energy drain, making these some of the harder missions to do on the star map, especially for the unprepared. These Nightmare mods have not been added in a long time, so these three new ones are very welcome. Let's have a look at whether they're actually worth the grind, and we'll start with the most common and end with the rarest of the three. So by far the most common one of the new Nightmare mods is Seeking Fury, which is the brand new shotgun mod boasting 1.2 meters of punch through, combined with a 15% boost to your reload speed, making you reload a bit quicker. Now, this mod comes with about an 8.4% chance to drop, so is it really worth it? I mean, honestly, when I first looked at it I was actually kind of disappointed, but when I looked into it further I could see the potential. I've got a whole bunch of shotguns that I've got punch through on anyway with things like the Seeking Force mod. However, a couple of them didn't have room for punch through and a reload mod, like maybe the Heck or the Boar Prime. Seeking Fury is very nice for those shotguns that you want the punch through, but you don't want to sacrifice another slot for that dedicated reload mod. And while it's not going to make things much quicker, it drops the reload from 2.3 seconds to 2 seconds on the Boar Prime, for example. It is a very nice compromise between the two, and a mod that I've actually really changed my mind on. Obviously, it's never going to replace tactical pump-on shotguns like the Sobek, but used in conjunction with that to help bring that reload down even further, whilst giving it the punch through. All in all, it's not a bad mod, and one that I think I'm going to use a fair amount. The second of the new Nightmare mods is Animal Instinct, which is a mod that people have been calling for quite some time, and it boasts a combined 30 meter loot radar with an 18 meter enemy radar, and can be put on your Kubre or your Sentinel rather than your Warframe. Now, this particular mod apparently comes with a 5.5% chance to drop, and although I guess, to be honest, RNG obviously wasn't on my side, since in around 200 runs I got it once, which is slightly insane. However, this mod is absolutely fantastic and has gone on my Sentinel immediately, and I would recommend it at all times. Personally, my Kubros are so tight fitting with their mods, I literally cannot fit this mod on there at all, which is slightly insane when you think about it. But it will absolutely go on every single one of my Sentinels. Having that loot radar is absolutely amazing, plus having a constant enemy radar can help you pay attention to those sneaky butchers that are trying to cave the back of your skull in when you're not looking. Now, there seems to be some confusion currently as to whether this stacks with loot radar and enemy sense, and at least in my testing it does seem to, although for some reason mods don't seem to be glowing, which I'm not sure if that's a bug or a feature at this stage, but it is something to note. I have a feeling it's a bug and will probably get fixed in the next patch. This mod is amazing, and it's become part of my standard build, especially since, honestly, there is a real lack of decent mods to actually put on your Sentinel in the first place. You may as well put something useful on there, and there are very few companion mods as good as this. It's absolutely worth the farm, and it's absolutely worth having on at all times. And so, onto the final of the three new mods. Easily the hardest one to farm, and the one that honestly broke my will to farm. The new Nightmare Warframe mod, Amoured Agility. And I want to give a massive shout out to Jupiter8102, who after I ran 14 hours of Nightmare missions took pity on me and gave me the mod, and I am internally grateful for that. Now, it's reported that Amoured Agility only has a 0.6% drop rate, which is on the same level as Blaze and Hammershot. Amusingly, neither of which I saw on my farm either. What this mod does is it gives you an extra 45% armor, whilst also giving you a 15% boost to sprint speed. So is it any good? And well, the answer to that is yes and no. It's kind of niche, let's put it like that. Armoured Agility really is not a mod that can be used on its own. It's designed to be used in conjunction with others. For example, used in conjunction with Valkyrie and Steel Fiber, which brings her up to an insane 1530 armor. and on Chroma you can achieve similar results. However, 45% is not high enough to, for example, replace steel fibre, which is why I say it becomes fairly niche. If you have room to put it on Valkyrie or Chroma, then that is fantastic. Go ahead and throw this on there, it is absolutely brilliant. However, right now, I know personally there is nothing that I really want to get rid of on either of those frames to accommodate this mod. Following on from that niche thought is with Frost, who relies on armour not only for his survivability, but also for the health of his bubble. Now at this present moment of time, again, there's not enough room on there for this mod. However, once those Frost changes go through, duration's no longer needed for his bubble, replacing duration with Armoured Agility is actually not a bad idea at all, and might be something to consider, and let's be honest, Frost could really do with that extra little bit of speed, especially when coptering goes bye-bye with Parkour 2.0. Now, I know I've not really talked about the speed factor of the mod so much, that sort of 15% extra sprint speed, which when combined with rush, etc. can give a really nice buff. But specifically where Armoured Agility shines is on Volt Prime. Giving that extra boost to the sprint speed and that buff to Volt Prime's armour means that he can actually take a bit more punishment whilst in speedrun mode. It's not much, but it is enough to be of real help, and it's something else to consider. This is really not a bad mod. It doesn't sound like I'm over the moon with it. It's actually very, very good, but it is very, very niche, and it's not one that's going to go on every single frame, but those frames that it does work on, it is a really nice extra bit of help. So in effect, 3 new Nightmare mods, and honestly not a bad one out of any of those 3. Granted, Armoured Agility is a bit niche, but it's definitely got its uses, and there is nothing bad about being niche at all. They are all worth the farm, no matter how long it takes you. Now, talking about how long it takes you, just to say here that they are able to be received as rewards from buying the top 3 Platinum packs from the Warframe store, although that is not for everyone since they are fairly expensive. But just to let you guys know that they're there if you want it and want to bypass the grind. Overall though, for the first Nightmare mods to be introduced in a long time, I am pretty happy, and honestly it's left me wanting more. Now, just a reminder that it's still looking likely that Ash Prime will be introduced on Tuesday the 7th, and I will be live streaming at twitch.tv/headshot, so head over there and follow to get a notification when I go live, or follow me on the Twitters. My name on there is @_headshot. I will also put up a video as to when I'm live streaming, so you will get a notification on YouTube as well. Now, I do hope to be joined by a few other people that you might recognise from the YouTubes, plus there will be a couple of giveaways and I will do some runs with viewers, so you can join us for a bit of farming for the new Prime stuff. That will be as soon as the new Prime stuff comes out. I can't give you a direct time because obviously it depends on when DE puts the patch out, so just look out on one of those 3 places and you will see when I'm streaming. As always guys, many thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode.